Dear children, good morning dear children. Welcome to a new section of EVS 2 today, where we are going to study about the work of the saints in the lesson number 2. As I told you, Adil Shah and Nizam Shah were ruling Maharashtra before Shivaji, and 100 of years before Shivaji was born, there were many saints or sant sadhus in Maharashtra who preach the people good things. Let us learn about them today. First, let me introduce them to you. The sons or saints of Maharashtra. Yes, first one is Sant Ramdas. Here is the picture of him. Next is the Sant Dhyaneshwar. Sant Dhyaneshwar, and then we have Sant Tukaram and Sant Namdev. Sant Tukaram and Sant Namdev. So we are going to learn a detailed study about them in these lessons. So let us move on with the introduction video. Before that, I also wanted to introduce some of the saints who are not included in the textbook but were doing great work in Maharashtra. They are Sant Choka Mela, Sant Goroba, Sant Savata, Sant Narhari, Sant Sheikh Muhammad, Sant Niloba, etc. And similarly, female, the lady Sant were also there in Maharashtra, like Sant Janabai, Sant Soyarabai, Sant Nirmalabai, Sant Mugdabai, Sant Kanhopatra, and Sant Bahinabai Shivurkar, which is mentioned in the textbook here. First page of the textbook. You can all see the first page of the textbook. It is mentioned over here. Okay, children? Now let us understand the introduction of the lesson through a small video.
Contribution of saints in establishing the Hindvi Swaraj. 3 to 400 years before Shivaji was born, there were many saints in Maharashtra. The oppressive rule of Nizam Shah and Adil Shah had frightened the people of Maharashtra. These saints preached kindness, service, non-violence, sacrifice, equality, and brotherhood. Their teachings helped people love one another. The devotional songs of the saints would help people forget their pain and suffering. The saints were like the farmers who would tip the land and then make it ready for sowing. What does this mean? It means that the saints preached virtue of kindness so that people would be good and do good to others.
Okay, children. Next, we will go to the second para, where it is taught that the sons taught to the people about virtues like compassion. Compassion means love and humanity, and they also taught about non-violence. Children, what is the meaning of non-violence? Non-violence means not to fight physically with anybody. You know who followed non-violence in India? Our great Mahatma Gandhi ji. Correct. And next, these saints also taught about charity. Charity means to serve the poor people with money, clothes, or anything they need, and social service and equality of all caste, of all religion, and brotherhood. All these things the saints taught to the people. They also taught that all are equal. and they also showed the people the way to worship God, because all the people were in distress due to the rulers like Adil Shah and Nizam Shah. So these saints taught them the path of devotion. Okay, children. Now let us first see about Sri Chakradhar Swami through a small video. What is his life? What is his fact file? What is the meaning of fact file? What is his life history? Okay, children.
Facts about the saints. The saints taught people things like kindness, helping others, no violence, sacrifice, generosity, equality, and brotherhood. Sri Chakradhar Swami, Fact 5. Originally from Gujarat, a prince wandered all over Maharashtra, taught equality, men and women, people of all castes. Did not believe in grouping people by gender, man or woman, or caste. Established a group or a sect called Mahanubhav. A book about him, Leela Charitra, is said to have all the secrets of the universe.
Okay, children. So did you understand about Swami Chakradhar Swami? Sri Chakradhar Swami? Yes. So your teacher has written about first is about the what subject we are learning today. Again, the name of the lesson, and first we have learned Sri Chakradhar Swami. Now let us move on to Sant Namdev. Sant Namdev was a great devotee of Lord Vittal. Let me introduce that first, because he was always chanting this Vittala, Vittala, Vittala. You know, children, the Maharashtrian people all go and worship the god Vittal in Pandharpur every year on the Ashadi Ekadashi day. They walk before 1 week only. They start walking pilgrimages. They take pilgrimages. What is the meaning of pilgrimage? They go on foot. That is, they walk and go to the Pandharpur village to worship the god Vittal. So, here Sant Namdev was a great devotee of Lord Vittal, and he lived in the village Narsi. He was a great sant because he composed and performed live kirtans. You know, kirtans means what, children? The songs which are sung in praise of God. He was a very devoted person who sung kirtans, and which he only composed, means he only written that kirtans. He only has written that. Did you understand, children? Okay. Then again, what he did, he didn't stay in one place only. He moved all over Maharashtra to teach the people about things like the way to worship God, the way to protect their religion, which was being destroyed by the other rulers who were ruling the Maharashtra that time. Then what he did, he traveled not only in Maharashtra but traveled all over India, and he went to Punjab also, and he spread there the message of humanity, brotherhood. In Hindi we say Bhaichara. Okay, children? And then, do you know what? His songs which he composed are even found in the in Hindi. He composed songs in Hindi which are found even today in the Guru Granth Sahib book, which is the holy book of the Sikh people. Sikh Punjabi people, Sikh, yeah. In their holy book, even today we can see the songs composed by Sant Namdev. Okay, children. So thus it was a very great work of Sant Namdev, because he not only preached, but he also sung songs before huge crowd of people in Maharashtra, and with great love and devotion he taught them the way to achieve God. Okay, children. Now next on the line is Sant Dhyaneshwar. We are going to learn Sant Jnaneshwar. Yes. Okay. Through a small video again.
Sant Jnaneshwar. Sant Jnaneshwar was 5 years younger than Sant Namdev. His family belonged to Amegaon. He was born in 1275 AD. Nivruttinath and Sopaldev were his brothers. Muktabai was his sister. Bigoted men of the time used to look down upon these children because they were the offspring of a sannyasi. Now it happened something like this. Their father took sannyas and retired from worldly life. As a sannyasi, he left home. But later on, obeying the order of his guru, he returned home and started living with his wife. Their 4 children were born afterwards. But the narrow-minded religious leaders did not think it right that a sannyasi should have children. People persecuted these children and banished them from their community. Once Jnandev went around the town begging for alms, but no one would give him any alms. He had to listen to abusive language instead. Young Jnandev was deeply pained by this incident. He entered his hut and locked the door from inside to grieve over his lot. Muktabai came and knocked at the door. She said, "Open the door, Jnaneshwar. How can we remain drowned in our own sorrow? Who will then look to the welfare of the world?" These words of his sister gave new hope to Jnandev. He forgot his personal sorrow and started his work. Everywhere, the poor and backward people were being oppressed in the name of the religion. Jnaneshwar went among the people and taught them to have faith in God. Give equal treatment to all. Help those in trouble and allay their misery. Jnaneshwar's words were heard in every nook and corner of Maharashtra for the last 700 years. In those days, all religious teaching was confined to Sanskrit books. Now, ordinary people did not understand Sanskrit. The language in everyday use was Marathi. Jnaneshwar wrote his outstanding book, Jnaneshwari, in Marathi. He thus opened wide for his people the doors of knowledge, where he preached the ideal of brotherhood among all men. At a very early age, at Alandi, near Pune, Jnandev took samadhi, that is, put himself in a trance from which he never came out.
Okay, children, with this we end our today's section. In the next period, I will teach you about the remaining 3 saints of Maharashtra. Thank you.